In our fifth video in the series iHuman, we look at how AI and robotics are being used to rebuild humans, how this affects the idea of human value, machines in a human future. We consider the development of AI and robotics. Ought there to be limits? For instance, in healthcare, we're focusing on helping people get better. Ought we to think about making better humans? In healthcare, rebuilding humans is seen in three specific ways: regenerative medicine, the use of stem cells to assist recovery; secondly, the use of robotic surgery, non-invasive surgery, high accuracy, a partnership between the machine and the surgeon; and then thirdly, in sports medicine, the issue of bionic limbs being attached to humans who have had drastic accident occurring to them. We look at regenerative medicine first. Adult stem cells will multiply in a petri dish. The trick here is to find the right recipe to inject the number of cells required to regenerate a defective part of the body. The temptation here might be to over-strengthen limbs and other parts of the body to create a superhuman, an ethical concern, obviously. Right now we can't grow organs, but in future this might well be a possibility. Stem cells are usually injected into a limb or area of the body that needs regenerating. Sometimes we'll use a scaffolding, an artificial shape around which the stem cells will grow. And here we see a mouse, as it were, growing the shape of an ear on its back. Clear applications here are in the arena of burns and accident victims, a new form of cosmetic surgery. The question would be, what about the mouse? Poor little mouse is going to get euthanized in a situation like this. Here we see the donor of bone marrow cells for a bone marrow transplant, early aspect of stem cell applications. And secondly, we see some feet there where stem cell injections have regenerated foot ulcers in a diabetic patient. Recovery time is much reduced, as is that for the third area there, the burns victim, whose arms injected with stem cells regenerate rapidly over a shorter period of time than normal. So regenerative medicine can be used in joint pains. Again, we see the use of the injection, and the man who is there, the athlete, is clearly very happy with the results of the technology. Some people would see stem cells leading to an end to organ transplantation. That would be particularly helpful in a case like this, where you have an existing face transplant that creates huge cost, pain, and suffering. Perhaps there would be ways to regenerate the face in case of severe accidents like this, using stem cells. This slide is highlighting some other applications of AI in medicine. On the left you see the microbots, the little pills with cameras that can assist doctors in diagnosis, providing internal visual precise images. Secondly, we have the prosthetics on the right, increased use of AI in conjunction with rehabilitation provided by robotic caregivers through physical therapy. And again, on the left, the sterilization by robots of areas that might be dangerous inside hospitals. Then we come to minimally invasive surgery, otherwise known as robotic surgery. Robotic surgery has many advantages. It's basically a partnership between the human and the AI robotic instruments. It's giving greater control, greater visibility of the interior of the body, less invasive techniques, very precise, extremely accurate in terms of the machines learning from the experts, replacing actual hand movement with the operation of software. This partnership between humans and robots and the skills of the human and AI skills has many benefits for patients. Clearly, the smaller incisions, lower pain, lower infection rates, shorter hospital stay, and a much quicker recovery time are the main benefits. Bionic humans. Well, are these bionic humans? Little boy with an artificial leg, prosthetic limb on the woman running outside, and in the middle there you have the athlete in the stadium with the blades designed by Össur. Highly precise additions to assist in mobility. Here we see Johnny Jones, a retired Marine who lost his legs in combat. You can see there. He's become a great advocate for disabled veterans and is clearly trying to keep a very happy face. Rebuilding humans. Maybe animals can help. Here we have a nice little white bunny on the left, and we have a series of glowing jellyfish on the right. What we have here is the bunny where it's had the genes from the glowing jellyfish inserted into it and becomes essentially a transgenic animal with genes from two species. These animals are used in medical research, and in this case, the green bunny has pharmaceutical applications. So, glow, bunny, glow. Transgenic animals in terms of medical research don't just include something like the transgenic bunny, but here the oncomouse, which assists in cancer care, cancer cures as well, and it is widely used in research. On the right, you have the transgenic pigs. At one time, these were to be used for heart transplants into human beings. The crossover infections from the pigs, the retroviral potentials, were so serious that this has largely been abandoned. Another important life-saving AI application is the use of drones, whether they're used in wartime to assess threat levels, locate missing personnel, etc., or in the case of peacetime situations to assist patients. Drones can fly over an accident area. They can also fly into an area where the public might be helping an accident victim, as you can see here, ahead of the arrival of EMS. Vital signs can be taken and a patient monitored before the expert help arrives. Drones in a first responder situation can also deal with inaccessible fires, as we can see here, but also to scope out remote locations, to assist in accident assessment and locate victims. The slide here shows a beach situation with drones surveying a coastline to search and rescue swimmers or people who've been shipwrecked at sea. Drones can also save both lives and time in terms of difficult inspections. Here you see AT&T inspection of cell towers using a drone. And of course, they have applications with the police, assessing threat levels, chasing criminals, identifying the nature of a hazard or injuries, and saving lives and time. One application that's readily being used is the robot dog to assist first responders in dangerous areas, tracking down, for example, bomb threats, terrorists, explosives, chemical leakage, and providing back to first responders a visual and a sensory assessment and report. We're thinking about the AI applications. One of the background concerns, of course, is that we're legally compliant. We're also acting in an ethical fashion. So compliance with regulations, trying to undertake transparency regarding software, setting down clear policies, establishing compliance generally would be really important. Raises the question, of course, of legal issues surrounding robots and AI. Transparency of software, we've already seen in the context of driverless vehicles. Do we need to think about the reform of massive mega corporations in the area of digital software, information provision, and so on, particularly in relation to their international liabilities, issues of crime, issues of fraud, the licensing of AI products, question of corporate taxes, particularly in the area of funding unemployment caused by robotic or AI implementation in business. Do we need to think about medical insurance again from a fresh point of view? What is an AI provider? Definitions that need to be reformed. And also accountability for negligence. The question too arises about economic loss and particularly industrial espionage, computer security, privacy issues, cyber terrorism, and the need for legal intervention to provide consistent application and regulation and standards, both on a state level and internationally, perhaps through United Nations conventions.